Welcome back students to the lecture series on Introduction to AWS. As part of this particular series, today we will be focusing on AWS billing and comparing with other cloud providers. Basically, when we look at AWS billing, it is utility based computing where the services are going to be charged based on your usage. To look at, services are billed based on usage, then it does means that if we are utilizing any virtual machine, it is going to charge, AWS are going to charge you based on how much time you are using a particular virtual machine, or how much time the virtual machine is being running, or what is the size of the virtual machine. Based on the size also they are going to charge you. At the same time, if you are using any storage service such as S3, then how much storage capacity you are being occupied, based on that they are going to charge you. That is said to be how much storage space you are using. At the same time, if you are deploying any website on EC2, then what is the traffic which is hitting your website. Based on the traffic also they are going to charge you. Not only this, they are going to charge you in many ways, such as whether you are using elastic IP or whether you are using a dedicated infra which is said to be your private infrastructure based on AWS. Based on those things they are going to charge you. At the same time, the charges are going to be invoiced on a monthly basis. They are not going to give you invoice for every day. They are going to give an invoice for the monthly basis. In a particular month, what services you had used, based on the usage of various services, they are going to charge you. At the same time, all the charges which are incurring, those are globally available from AWS, where you can redirect to any pricing AWS pricing calculator, and over there you can check which particular service is charged for how much time or how much storage they are going to charge, how much cents they are going to charge you. And as a fresher or a beginner, we can have the usage of free tier, where for 12 months certain services are going to be provisioned you for free of cost. If you are exceeding the limit, then they are going to charge you. So this is all regarding AWS billing. Let's see what are the services and how they are going to charge by taking a simple example and use case which we had already seen in our topic number 3. What we can do, this is an example of web shop which is being deployed on AWS, where this particular website is consuming various services such as CDN service, content delivery network, CloudFront, we can say it as CloudFront, and the static files can be stored in an object store which comes along with your S3 service. Along with that, we do have load balancers to balance the traffic between various virtual machines, and the data is going to be handled by RDS, Amazon RDS database. So all these are the services, and one more thing is DNS, domain name system. All these are the services when we are looking at the web shop when it is deployed on AWS. Let's see how much they are going to be charged. Just assume that you had deployed this website in the month of January, you had started it, and in January you had made a certain campaigning, and which has enhanced the utility of your website in the month of February. Such as if we see visits on a website from January to February, it has been increased from 1 lakh to 5 lakhs. Just customers are accessing your website, it doesn't make sense that AWS are going to be charging you. But for the services such as CDN, static files such as S3, load balancers, web servers on EC2 instances, database, RDS, and DNS, domain name system. All these are the services which are used when you are deploying your website. So let's see how they are going to charge you. If in the month of January, for 25 million requests with 25 GB of traffic, if they are charging you only $15 for every month, when it is increased from 25 to 125 million requests with 25 GB of storage to 125 GB of traffic, then the enhancement in the pricing charges is increased by $100. From $15 it has increased to $115. The difference of pay is $100. They are going to charge you based on how many requests or what is the traffic. At the same time, if you are focusing on the static files, those are not going to be changed. There is no change in the S3 bucket usage. So there is no change in the February charge. $0 has been changed because there is no change in the static file occupation or capacity. At the same time, load balancers. If to balance the load on a single EC2 with 50 GB of traffic for 748 hours, if they are charging you for certain amount, when it is being balanced for 250 GB, it means that it has increased for 5 times with the same number of hours, where there is an increase only for $1 or approx $2. When we are using EC2, as the traffic is enhanced, so from one virtual machine they had shifted their gear to 4 virtual machines, and from 748 hours on one virtual machine it is been increased for 4 times, where the pricing for this is $50. It has been increased to $200. It means that there is a consumer increase in the virtual machines, and all these 4 virtual machines are utilized parallelly to balance the load by the load balancer. At the same time, if you are focusing on the RDS, how much data can be stored on RDS, it has been increased from small VMs to large VMs, where the storage capacity is same, but to handle more number of requests, the virtual machine size has been increased, where there is a drastic change in the charges also. $100 has been approximately enhanced from previous January month. As well as for DNS handling requests from various customers has been enhanced from 2 million requests to 10 million requests, where each change in the handling of request has been slightly enhanced for $3. When you are summing up, in February month a customer will be charged for $472, whereas there is a drastic change of $360, means 100 in the month of January they may have a charge of $100. When it has been enhanced, the various services are utilized explicitly from the customers, so it has been enhanced to $472, and the difference amount is $100. $360 is the difference amount which they need to pay. The company who has deployed the website has to pay an extra of $360. When we are comparing with other cloud providers, there are majorly 3 key players: AWS, Microsoft and GCP. Google, Microsoft and Amazon. As no doubt that Amazon is the market leader in cloud service provisions. At the same time, we should not neglect the Microsoft and GCP, where Microsoft is giving a tough competition to the Amazon on the basis of the services which they are going to provide. When we are focusing on the storage, if Amazon is providing S3 as the storage mechanism, Microsoft is providing, as parallelly the terminology changes, to blob storage, whereas GCP is providing storage as a service. At the same time, the servers, virtual machines, are provisioned from Amazon in the form of EC2, whereas Microsoft provides it in the form of in the name of virtual machines, whereas GCP in the name of compute engine. There are many other services which are in line, where Amazon has given has adapted certain terminology. At the same time, Microsoft and GCP are adapting some terminology. But one thing which we have to focus is, all these providers are providing a global infrastructure through the cloud as a service to their customers. But all these are the similarities which we are focusing. But what are the differences between these cloud providers is, Amazon is being shifted their gear from individual customer to enterprise, whereas coming to Microsoft, when it has started its services delivery to the customers, it majorly focuses on the technology stack which has been deployed by Microsoft, such as Windows and relevant .NET technologies. But nowadays, to give a tough competition, they have moved their services from Microsoft centric towards open source technologies to make their services used by various enterprises. At the same time, Google has initiated their cloud services mostly based on the developers, where we see Google Colab, where their major focus was on developers. These are the certain similarities as well as differences between these cloud providers. Thank you.